Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Kingsblood with me, BringItDon. Let's return to Daradalor. Both our faction and city reputation has increased, and we're now established, and we get a new party member.
A mercenaries guild, traveling the world and accomplishing heroic deeds. My chance to become a man. That's what my father said before he kicked me out. So, here I am. I guess we have to work together from now on. Get ready for some beautiful music.
Porter, an elf, and water. He's a citizen. Citizens enjoy the public life, but have a problem with entering another's property uninvited. Curious. Insectoids are not only disgusting, but quite interesting. And necrophobia. Is scared of the dead. Lyrica is the son of a High Commander Uniavol of Angesil's feudal forces. While the father tried everything to educate the son to become a great warrior, the son refused and trained his voice and his skills on the flute. As Lyrica tried everything to stay in his parents' home, Uniavol took the chance to send Lyrica out on a quest to become a man. While being annoying at times, Lyrica is kind-hearted and just fabulous to have around. Despite all worries, he even brings some values in combat. He has Song of Rejuvenation. Lyrica plays his flute, sending out a ray of healing energy, which jumps from one ally to another. It starts from the closest target and jumps a maximum of 3 additional times, always healing for 36. Obviously increases with AP. Alright. Another quest, Bastion of Tragedy. Bastion of Tragedy. An ancient torture chamber, uninhabited for years, but now, as the local citizens reported, something has come back to this place of evil. Listen, we're getting nervous. South of the Black Sickle, where this dungeon is located, is close to one of our trade routes. Go down there and rid this place of all dangers. The reward will be unheard of. We fight a bunch of bugs. So we don't want to bring Garth on this mission. Okay.
This item feels
Thank you, my friend.
empowering.
Alright, looks good to me. We'll check this out after.
Guys? Someone's following us.
Fenya. Me, Fenya.
Oh, she must be hungry. Here you go, little girl. We've got some spare food.
She's not hungry, she's Fenya.
Thank you.
All right, sweetheart. We got to go now.
Okay. Bastion of Tragedy. An ancient castle, its imposing walls and parapets now covered in moss and grime stands before you. For once there must have been a moat. Now lies a soggy pit littered with the bones of aquatic threats long since dead, and the rotting remains of an oaken drawbridge. A makeshift collection of planks and driftwood, bound together with rusted nails and twine, now serves as a path to the castle's main gate. Dungeon movement and score. You can increase the chance of a higher value item as a dungeon reward by improving the dungeon score. You beat all combat encounters in a dungeon, will always end with an S score, highest score. If you're not stuck in a trap, you can also travel backwards. If you fail to slay the boss, you will gain nothing. Okay. Walking forward, you hear hammering and sounds of heavy labor. You stealthily approach its source and spot a group of haggard little folks zealously mining the dark rock. And that's why it suggested we bring lures so we could skip
The girl
fights.
from before! Go away! This is too dangerous for you!
Fenya, stay. Fenya, fight!
Okay. So she's a survivor. A true survivor thrives within the forest. Swamps, though, are their least favorite playground. Hunter, come kitty kitty. Obedient, is easily scared by the royal forces. Earth. Oh, she's a shapeshifter. Okay. So, as opposed to our other shapeshifter, she gets better crit chance and crit damage, where the other shapeshifter gets double his health, I believe. I thought the front line was wide enough for her to fit there as well. Tough battle, but victory is yours. Healing Fountain. Tucked under a staircase is a gurgling pool of water, perhaps intended at one time to serve as a place to bless oneself before going about the day. Some pieces of gold are wedged here and there between its stones. Steal the gold. Ooh, 88. You grab into the fountain and gather 88 gold, to feel that you have angered the gods. The Earth Trap. You're in the middle of a rather narrow hall, near the grinding of stone and earth. The massive walls on either side of you steadily begin to move toward the room's center. Based on your distance from any exit, it'll be impossible to escape without getting at least a little smushed. A mechanism of pistons and wire built into the floor is likely the cause of your impending compaction. Disarm. Your sentiment towards sediment being less than sanguine. You sapiently subdue the stony trap. I'm a sucker for some alliteration. Let's go back this way. Treasure. Always look under the bed. A wooden box. Your instincts warn you that this could be a trap. On the other hand, stop being paranoid. You open the chest. Plus 15 ability power. Awesome. What a nice find. This item looks quite useful. Can't equip it during the dungeon, though. An old woman stands in the middle of the dungeon. This castle is full of dangers. Plenty of things to do to make it more safe. But let's start small. Go to this cellar and kill the pests eating my precious cheese. If you do so, I'll give you this key, leading to, well, I have no clue. I'm sure it'll help you reach the destination you're looking for. Okay.
Boy, my Jarl! She follows me around like a dog!
Fenya, protect.
Alright, so units have soul colors visualized by an aura that impact damage done to and received from units of counterpart soul colors. Standing in a door, the light of your torch illuminates what seems to be a pantry. Everywhere you look, you see little crumbs of bread and other foods. But there's something else as well. Little dark small balls. Possibly dark sesame. As you stick out your finger to take a taste, you're interrupted by a short squeak. Still, your curiosity to enter the room grows as you see that there is another door at the other side of it.
Master.
Gosh, stop saying that!
I'm not going to fret too much about the elements at this stage. Not far in front of you, you see stairs leading further down into the dungeon. While you cannot see it, you can hear it. Scratching and screeching. A nest of insects, you think to yourself. The question is, what kind of insects and will they bite? It's only the 3, I'm not going to bother repositioning here. Okay, looks like just the boss encounter is left. As you move through some narrow corridors, you hear a creaky sound under your feet. You stepped on something. As you lift your feet, you realize the thing you stepped on looked like part of an insect, fairly large. The further you progress, the more insectoid parts you encounter. It must be a nest of some kind of insect in front of you. A bee doesn't need to be there. Alright, let's fight. Oh, this is really convenient to have up here. Do I have any storm? Nope. Okay. Some more ability power with a staff, some armor with pants of protection, or magic resist with a cape. We found a lightning storm, and a couple of healing potions, and 290 gold. Let's go with the ability power.
Ah, what are we gonna do with you?
Keep Fenya.
Falkmar won't be too happy about this. All right, you can come with us.
Fenya, happy.
Okay, got ourselves a new follower.
As our old guild hall was burned down, we are hiding at this place now. We should make this place a bit more cozy.
Alright, well let's look at Fenya real quick. Already saw all of that. So the beast within, Fenya has learned to release her inner beast and transform into a wolf if the situation requires it, doubling her crit chance and adding 6% crit damage. Fenya was a timid and introverted child, while living in one of the smaller villages around Daradalor. Even back then, she suddenly talked and said only the necessary. One day, she was accompanying her father to the hunt as she did every second day. Suddenly, both saw themselves faced by a mountain lion. As the lion leapt forward, Fenya blacked out. Next thing Fenya remembers was the lifeless body of her father to her side, as well as the shocked faces of the villagers around her. She must have done it. Fenya looked around herself to figure out who they were talking about. Blood is dripping from her mouth. Fenya touched her lips, and indeed, they were covered in thick blood. She is a monster. Kill her. Since that day, Fenya has been on the run and avoids humans. She herself knows, though, that the blood covering her face that day was not of human taste, but the taste of a predator. As she lost her father, she gained a gift. The gift to release her inner beast. Still, she does not hold a grudge against the lion who took her father's life. It is the way nature is, but she would love to get an opportunity to tell her mother and the other villagers what really happened that day, when her life took a sudden turn, but well, words aren't her strength. I think everybody's still only level 1, right? They only get experience if they actually go into the dungeons. Good to know. Let's go see what this is.
Who dares to enter my halls? Ugh, a bunch of useless mercenaries. How pitiful. If you think you can impress me with your deeds, I don't care. The only thing I care for is wisdom and knowledge. And in me, you have found your master. Answer this question, or you are unworthy to stay.
We entered the great demon Gowlash before Moriel was able to give him the final blow. I'm gonna say Moriel, the Avatar of God? It was just him, right? The introduction didn't mention anybody else.
You little peasant! You wimp! You allegory of a loser! Come back when your brain has grown enough to handle my riddles.
Okay, I don't know if his name is Dory or Pori. We're still only established. Oh, we got gloves of protection, armor plus 22. It's the biggest armor bonus we found. Okay, the Shrieking Wilds. A place called the Shrieking Wilds has been the reason for many missing traders passing the trade route along northern borders of Evergreen Forest. We don't know exactly what happened. The whole caravan's just disappeared. Excuse me. Listen. We'll pay you well if you can lift the secret of what's going on in that place. So more bugs. They don't sell consumables at the Market.
By my Jarl, you came all the way just to see me cleaning out this dungeon.
Who is that?
Oh, you have a nice sense of humor. I like that. All right, you are allowed to follow me around.
What?
Alright, the Shrieking Wilds. A vast field of gnarled trees stretches before you. Perhaps it was an orchard at one time that provided vital fruit to a nearby town, but now the only things it produces are dead saplings, bramble husk, and hackweed, as far as you can see. You've never thought trees could look angry, but these certainly do. Their knobby branches remind you of an old man shaking his fist at children in his yard. You contemplate continuing to trespass or running off elsewhere to play. A shrine. On the shore of a pond, you find a thatch-roofed hut. Inside, a cloudy glass orb sits atop of an arcanium stand within a circle of dried berries. You never had much faith in crystal balls. Whoever built this place clearly did. Touch it. Power of the Shrine fills your group. Each member gets the plus 30% armor until the end of the dungeon. A stumpy dwarf jumps out of the bush next to you. Ah, customers. 10,000 gold, and I'll sell you these well-fed halflings. As you look towards one of the poor slaves, he silently forms the words help with his lips. What will you do? Ignore the poor halflings, or do something good for once? I'll fight. So I assume Glorious will be with us.
Fellows, don't be scared. I'll handle this.
I'm getting angry.
So Fugitive likes to break into closed buildings, but is afraid to be caught in open streets. Faithful. By Morial the Great, the undead have to rest in peace. Dazzler, big mouth, but in the face of a true enemy, small like a fly. Fire, he's a fighter, and human. Okay. Alright, woof woof. Alright. You know what's next.
After this marvelous performance, my back is a bit stiff. You, go and carry my belongings, will you? Ah!
Okay. We'll just go up this way, I think. Something huge seemed to have passed through this area. The ground has been flattened, and even trees have been broken or bent to the side. You follow the trail, which suddenly stops at a huge pile of rocks. What happened? Did the monsters create all of this destruction just disappear?
Hey, Bard! Go and sing a song about the hero next to you.
I have to apologize, but as much as I try, I cannot see who you are referring to.
This one might be a little tough. Not sure how this one guy was taking damage. Health and special attacks. You notice that units have a number level and 2 bars above. So health bar shows the health of allies and enemies. A unit that lost all its health is defeated and can no longer fight. Focus bar increases when a unit attacks or is attacked. When a unit reaches full focus, it will trigger its individual special attack. Okay. I'm aware of all that. Cool. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The healing from our support character came in very nice there. Alright, another wolf fight.
Yuck! Put that smelly beast on a leash!
I do like that the companions have interactions. I don't think I need to look at all this stuff. Let's go all the way back here. Oh, a healing fountain. Carved into a tree, you find a multi-tiered fountain that must have been whittled ages ago. Complex wooden channels move water from large pools into smaller pools and back again. A few gold medallions can be spotted half submerged in several of the pools. Now let's drink it. Drink the holy water and immediately feel much better. 50% of max health restored. Fire trap. Guide past a large petrified oak and catch your foot on a root buried in the leaves. Something sprays you head to toe with a foul-smelling oil. You stumble, but don't fall, and look down to see the thing you tripped on. Not a root, but a thick rope, now held taut across your ankle. Then you notice, in a crevice of the oak, a small crossbow loaded with a flame-tipped arrow. You realize the tension on your foot is the only thing keeping you from going up in flames. Disarm it. Being quite fond of your body's current temperature, you swiftly locate and disarm the trap, thereby avoiding any serious, life-threatening, or bone-melting burns. Let them come close. Don't be so loud or they hear us. Don't worry, look at them. They're totally clueless. Alright, if they come, throw the nets. We might get a nice price for them. Okay, so I have 2 fire guys. Which is good against this guy. And... what is he? Earth. Alright, we should be fine. I do think it takes a little too long for the shapeshifters to actually shapeshift and take advantage of their forms, because by the time they shapeshift, the fight's almost over. I'm assuming that problem will be fixed. Let's go and save this healing fountain. I'm assuming that'll be fixed later on when we can generate our ability power a little faster. Being on your feet all day, you halt for a short rest. You open your backpack and are shook as a squeak echoes in return. This darn rat has eaten all your rations. You grab the rat by the tail and throw it as far as you can into the bushes next to you. Shortly after, you feel kind of bad for the animal. Still, what is supposed to happen? Such a little lonely rat surely won't be able to take revenge for what just happened. In the middle of a glade, you spot a beautifully crafted chest. It looks too good to be true. Open it. And we found some armor. Alright, let's go heal up, and then go to the next encounter. An earth trap. We have no disarm kits left, of course. You step around a blind corner and hear the dreadful click of a pressure plate beneath your heel. A circular pulse of Azura energy expands from underneath the plate into the surrounding dirt and rock, with significant seismic force into, knocking you off your feet. You begin to sink as the once hard-packed trail shifts and loosens into a slurry of mud and leaves. Pressure plate sinks alongside you, but at this angle you notice the magic crystal within that triggered the spell. Let's go and activate it. You struggle and scrape your way out of the craggy trap and are left bruised and battered in the process. Alright, last encounter. A large tree trunk is blocking the way. As you approach it, something feels off. As something just moved inside of it. Light. Good against her. We don't have storm. So, this should be fun. Okay, we found a healing potion, a trap disarm kit, thank goodness, and a focus potion, as well as some gold. So I might give the focus potions to the shapeshifters, because I think it's most important for them to activate their abilities, because they get so much out of it. Focus regen would be good. I could give the critical damage to Fenya. Let's do that.
Good work, peasants. I am done here. Go now and prepare my bed.
You must be kidding me.
Okay, we got Glorious. Oh, another flashback. Great.
It's too quiet here.
Where is everyone?
Look, there. Who's that?
Holdor, is that you?
Hey guys! Hope your hunting trip went well.
Not really. We need to find Amalia as fast as possible, but the whole village seems to be abandoned.
Yeah, not completely. I am still here.
So where is everyone?
Well, you know, some walking corpses appeared out of nowhere and started chasing us. The villagers fled north, heading towards the southern gate towards Riverham.
The King's lands? They will never let any one of us outsiders enter.
Meh, might be a problem. But if you have to choose between getting eaten by brainless creatures or knocking on the king's doors, you should at least go for the option which does not immediately result in certain death.
Why didn't you go with them?
You know. Damn! The door's not gonna hold them anymore!
Yeah, I figured that was gonna end up being a reference to Game of Thrones. And I was right. I like how he jumped on my back line. But I guess I could have looked at the arrows at the beginning of combat and saw that. I don't really care if people go down during the flashbacks. It shouldn't impact the actual guild that I'm managing.
Let's head north and be quick about it. Maybe we can get entry into Riverham.
Children, I always told you that you are not allowed to re-enter Riverham. We are better off handling these rotten creatures.
What in the world could possibly be more dangerous than these monsters here?
We will
We'll die for sure if we stay here.
Please, listen to me.
It hurts.
Oh, please don't let me die!
All right. I see. We need to make haste. We'll go north.
Back in the present. Alright, the difficulty will rise if you win battles, or decrease if you lose battles. However, the skull UI to gain a better understanding. Playing on a high difficulty will reward you with better loot and a higher Steam score. The difficulty can feel unfair at certain points, so do not hesitate to decrease it by left-clicking on the difficulty UI. Okay, so you just click on it and change it. We're not playing on hard mode, so that does not matter. Alright, let's take a look at Glorious real quick, and then we'll wrap up the episode. We also have level ups across the board for the party we just used. Okay, so Glorious. Glorious was born in Orlinsgrab, and always strived to join the Citadel of Light, with the goal of becoming the most famous of all the paladins. He trained all his life to fulfill this fate. When he knocked on the monastery's doors, the High Priest quickly realized the flaws in Glorious's character, and refused the request to join the brothers. Glorious is full of rage and shouted, "Why won't you accept me? I got everything. Muscles like a bear, stamina of a wolf, and determination like no one else in this world. I'll be the greatest paladin you've ever seen." The priest answered, "Come back when you know yourself what's missing." Excuse me. Glorious was confused. What was the priest talking about? Glorious thought of himself as a near-perfect being. Then he got it. He understood. It was his attire. He just had a golden armor. He was sure the priest would accept him and open the doors for Glorious's way to become Arthenia's biggest legend. Unfortunately, that plan did not work out as well. Glorious bought the armor with money he did not have, got declined a second time, and is now hunted throughout the lands of Taurus. And Wraith of Glory. I think this is supposed to be Wrath of Glory. Glorious performs a glorious swing with his glorious sword Gloria, and inflicts 54 magical damage to all foes standing in a frontal cone. Of course. Okay. I'm going to call it here. Next time we'll return to Daradalor and see about getting another quest. We'll also level everybody up probably before that. And I'm curious what's going on with that mage that we failed the riddle. Wonder if we can speak to him again. Well, either way for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.